What's up, baby? It's the end of week 5 in the transfer window, so we have to power rank the best business thus far. Last week, Lewandowski and Rafinha went into Barcelona, and I still ranked them number 2. But there is a big problem this episode, man. Sebastian Haller has testicular cancer. What the fuck? Now, apart from that, though, we got some beef going on. Laporta went and took Lewandowski from him. Nagelsmann said, you know what? Take him. You can have him. I'm going to go get De Ligt. So now we got a whole mumbo jumbo at the top here, and I don't know what to do. Is Dortmund in? Is Dortmund out? Who gets number 1? But before we get into it, we got to talk about the honorable mention. Chelsea, Real Madrid, and Roma. Chelsea, because obviously they've had good business thus far, bringing in Koulibaly and Raheem Sterling, both sick players. But let's be honest, if they want to compete for the Premier League or the Champions League, they got to invest in the side. They have to seriously invest in the side, especially in defense. I mean, Arsenal ran through them in preseason. I know it's just preseason, but they haven't looked that good. In terms of Roma, you can't tell me that is not wavy, bro. Mourinho, Tammy Abraham, and Dybala coming in. Bro, that trio right there. Ooh, not even just them, bro. You have Pellegrini. You have so many players. Zaniolo. They also got Matthijs on a free, who I think is a baller. Doesn't quite have the legs for the Premier League anymore, but in Serie A, I think he'll do bits, man. Bro, that Roma side is going to be fun to watch this year. Now, the last team in the honorable mentions, and I know some of you are going to be on my ass. If you're a Madrid fan, man, calm your ass down, okay? But I keep him as an honorable mention this week. They brought in 2 players. Both are savages, top players. Chouameni and Rudiger, sick. They're getting a shout out here because it's great business, but other teams have invested in more. So how am I going to put that over other teams? It's that simple, man. With that being said, it's time to get into the top 8 clubs with the best business thus far in the transfer window. But before we do that, please destroy that like button, smash it up, beat that shit up, bro, so we can get on the YouTube algorithm.
They create an algorithm to find the brain patterns that have
and just go to the moon. Also, after we finish ranking the clubs for the best business, I thought it would be interesting to look at who actually spent the most. So I'll show that to you after we finish these rankings for you to just kind of compare to the actual rankings. Anyways, at number 8 is Ajax. I mean, they sold Lisandro Martinez, Sebastian Haller, Gravenberch, Tagliafico, Katarski, I don't know who the fuck that is, I'm gonna be real, but it's Rawi on a free, Onana left on a free, Danilo Pereira de Silva left on a free, who no one knows, might not even fulfill his potential, but I love that man. He's like 23 now, he's Brazilian striker. To replace him with all those kind of younger players, I mean, Bergwijn is 24, I believe, Calvin Bassey 22, Brian Brobby still very young, Wendell young, Conceição is young. I mean, it's just typical Ajax, and I have no doubt that these players will blossom into great footballers. I don't think their business is completely over because they definitely lost more players than they brought in, but at this point in the window, for what Ajax needed, they've done pretty well. They've executed pretty well, and they brought in some good players for them. At number 7 is Juve. They move up 1 from last week, and that's because Bremer is coming in, man. The Brazilian center back from Torino, 25 years old, I think, 36.9 million pounds. He's a stud. In the Serie A last year, he was 2nd for interceptions, 1st for blocks, 3rd for aerial duels 1, and 1st for clearances. I mean, he was clearly one of the best defenders in the Serie A last year. Numerous clubs were after him. Juve, to sell De Ligt for 60 million pounds and to bring in a player of Bremer's quality for just 37, for just half of what they sold De Ligt for, is superb business. I definitely think they need to go out, bring in another top center back if they really want to compete. But for me, just bringing him in is a quality transaction. So for that reason, they move up 1 in the power ranking. Now, the club right above them is Manchester City. And hear me out. I mean, Haaland is a fucking beast, bro. We all know he's going to smash it. They also brought in Calvin Phillips, obviously. I'm not really including Julian Alvarez here just because he was brought in last window, but I'm going to add him just so you can see. The thing is, they're net positive in the transfer market. 72 million pounds positive in transfer flow, which is crazy, which makes me think they definitely will be able to afford to bring other players in. But losing Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, 3 players that were integral to City over the past 5 years, leaves them in a position where they should really invest in at least 1 more player. And I know they're looking at Cucurella. So for that reason, I think their business is great already, but they're only at number 6 for that reason. Now at number 5 is Borussia Dortmund, and I'm gonna be real, I did not know what the hell to do. I even thought about just excluding them altogether from this transfer window because it's such a freak thing that happened. I mean, Sebastian Haller, the player they spent 30 million pounds on, gets testicular cancer. I almost thought about just leaving him out. I still think their business is superb, but let me know if you think I should just take him out for the next one because that's just fucked. This whole situation's fucked up with Sebastian Haller, man. Shout out. Hopefully you get better, bro. Now, in terms of the top 4, it's between Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Tottenham, and Arsenal. Arsenal were in the honorable mentions over the past couple weeks. Could have been in the top, 8, 7 range. I think for me, Tottenham gets number 4. They filled all the needs in their squad that they needed going into the window, so I really like it. But I just feel like none of the players really stand out to me as like, holy shit, that's a great signing. You know what I mean? Now, at number 3 is Arsenal, and let me tell you why. Gabriel Jesus will score around 20 goals in the Premier League this season. I know it sounds like a lot. Just think about how many fucking chances Lacazette missed last season. But Zinchenko moves him up quite a bit for his versatility and his ability to play in different positions at a high level. Like, if Kieran Tierney is fit, I don't see why Mikel Arteta wouldn't start Zinchenko in midfield. For his national team, he does it. He's the captain of his national team. He plays in midfield. He's a sick player, and there's a reason why they spent 30 million pounds on him. And one more thing. If you're one of those bots in the comments saying that he's a backup at City, he's not a good footballer, City are ripping Arsenal off, you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Anyways, it comes down to Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Who is number 1 and who is number 2? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, because this is hard, actually. This is seriously hard. Bayern Munich spent 45 million pounds net going out. Barcelona have spent 72 million pounds net going out. They did bring in Rafinha, Lewandowski, Frank Kessié, and Christensen. Bayern Munich did lose Lewandowski. That's a direct downgrade going to Barcelona, which is their direct upgrade. So for me, I gotta say it, bro. I'm putting Barcelona at number 1, Bayern Munich at number 2. I get bamboozled every time I make a list. I would be really interested to see your lists in the comments down below. And now it's time to look at who actually spent the most in the window, who had the biggest net spend. But boys, before we get into that, I just want to say thank you for all the support you've been giving me. So sick. I know everyone says it, but fuck, I never thought this would happen. So remember to smash the like button. Smash it. Subscribe to the channel. Fucking love you. Your support is everything. It's insane, man. Anyways, here are the biggest spenders in the window thus far. The few that surprised me here are obviously Nottingham Forest, PSG, just because we haven't discussed them that much. A lot of that is Nuno Mensch coming in on a permanent. They signed him from his loan deal. And then Newcastle, 59 million. Who the fuck did they buy? Sven Botman, I guess. At Target. Yeah, they spent some money. Anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will catch you next week. I love you. Peace.